In the late 1950s, after Sputnik, this nation was very concerned about math and science education, and we provided huge subsidies for teachers to learn math and science, to go into math and science education. We recognized the importance of math and science.
Today, a new moon is in the sky, a 23-inch metal sphere placed in orbit by a Russian rocket. Here, an artist's conception of how the feat was accomplished. A three-stage rocket. Number one, the booster, in the class of an intercontinental missile. The smaller second stage took over at 5,000 miles an hour and carried on to the highest point reached.
This caused a huge increase in the wages of scientists and engineers. So the labor market was telling young people, this is a great place to be. It wasn't just words from high tech and government officials.
What is interesting about discussions today about the quiet crisis, about the flattening world, is that this is another moment where the world is shifting.
Many of the people who went to college to become mathematicians, scientists, and language and area studies specialists under the National Defense Education Act, which came after Sputnik, are now retiring. And so we need another generation that is as focused on reaching high standards in those subjects.
Whether somebody can cloak the economic challenge in the same way that you cloaked the Sputnik. And there's a difference, obviously. We didn't want the Russians to be competing. In some sense, we don't want China and India to be poor forever and ever. We want them to be catching up with us. We just want to be staying ahead of the pack. And that must be a harder thing to express to people. There isn't this moment of, oh my God, they will have nuclear missiles floating above us and they're better than we are.
That's why I'm looking at it. Like, so is this the one for like the test tomorrow? Or is it
No, this is the one that we have to turn in. This
I already turned that in.
This is for like
Because you were there last class, or the day of the test. Yeah, so you got them. They're closing like a week. Oh yeah, I didn't do it.
Although I might not score a perfect on the SATs or in math and in science, I do think that I was brought up to be more well-rounded in a sense of socially, not taking anything away from the kids in China and India because they do work hard. I think with them it's more success, especially in the family, is determined by how smart you are and the type of profession you pursue. But I think the American system of education, we have a lot of extracurriculars. We have athletics and sports, and they're huge in our school. We have student government, and it's to get everyone involved in something, and I think that's what makes us more well-rounded.
Don't work anymore. Doesn't that person need to have a funeral?
surgeons just cut people open all the time.
Put them up anyway.
If you're 17 in the United States, it means you have a driving license for a car, which you don't get here. And you hang out much more. You have, your opportunities are on a whole scale. In India, once you're 17, you're probably already decided what you're going to do.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to collapse.
Yeah, they have much more fun, I can say. Because, we are almost all the time cooped up studying, or, we are supposed to be cooped up and studying. I love playing football and chess. And, India is not a country where football is appreciated as a profession, so academics is my choice.
For 1 or 2 years only he stayed with typical Indian music. After that he broke away from that. Now if at all he hums only the rock.
No, seriously, if I were in America right now, I would have probably got a scholarship for football, soccer,
Yeah, that's a point.
or music.
Music, please.
People say crazy and then wanted this space
I mean, my friends would love to do something differently. I mean, we even 4 of us even have a band. We sing together, and I mean, we tried making it big. We're still trying. And yeah, friends always the idea is there, but family no. I mean, they want you to stay focused and make your life. So they don't want you to take any risks.
我从小就参加数学竞赛，后来到了初中以后，然后就开始参加了数学竞赛，但是从来没有想过去全国决赛。这是全国决赛拿的奖，就是全国只有100多个人能去参加比赛，然后去了以后才能拿这个奖。比如说上海就只有6个，每年只有6个。
很喜欢接受考试。他刚去读书，读1年级的时候，他回来，他感到这个读书很开心。有考过，有第1次考试以后，他知道哦，这么也考试了。他回来自己会画一张考卷，自己设计一张考卷，自己对自己进行考试。
没有人会说自己是一个天才的学生的，我只不过就是觉得，我觉得我的学习方法比别人好得多。这样子的话，我用在学习上的时间比别人少，然后成绩又可以比别人好。然后我因为又是学习是凭兴趣的，而不是家长之类强迫的，所以说我对学习有兴趣，自然就非常的想学习，然后就学得好了。
就是把 K+1带进去。
差不多就这意思，是没办法。
Now next one, pay attention to this phrase that is, it must be very inconvenient for somebody to do something. Now you cannot say you are convenient, it's wrong. So is it convenient for somebody to do? Now here, move around, can you use another word? Move around? Move around.
今后出来的工作呢比较轻松一点，比如说他可以去学些外语啊，或者是同声翻译啊这种，因为他脑子也反应比较快。
Do you think it is a good place of enjoyment? Do you think it's a good place of enjoyment? Okay, 吴小媛 Do you think that this is a good place?
Of course, I think. Of course.
Of course. Okay, give me the reason why.
Because I can wander in the bookshop and reading all kinds of books without paying any money.
Without paying money, okay? All right, maybe this is.
You have anything with you? Yeah. I have one more, man. I think I might do that. Later on tonight, I will.